Thank y'all for y'all's patience as I get us all situated and camera on. Unfortunately, sometimes I cannot see myself until I'm live. They kind of give you like a vague black and white silhouette of what it may look like once you're live, but you don't always know until you're there. So thank you for your patience. We're situated, we're straight, we're here. It's Sunday. We're ready to rock and roll, rock and roll. Thank you for a Sunday moment. This is a very impromptu Sunday moment. I know a lot of people tuned in yesterday because that was the advertisement. We were all waiting on this Saturday moment. I had a really big community emergency that caused me to not be able to tune in yesterday for a moment. Many apologies for all of you that were there live and waiting. Many, many, many thanks and much gratitude for your love and mercy and your grace in coming in and being with me today or whenever you tune in. You know I love the playback people too. Much love out to you. So whenever you do tune in for your moment, none of this may apply to you. Thank you for your patience. But for those that did say, hey, I was looking for my moment yesterday. Where you at? Definitely had an emergency. Would be a really big deal in order for me not to be here for my moment. But today I came through on the come through. I know that Sundays are sacred for a lot of people. Sundays are reserved for family and worship and praise and rituals. So thank you if you're taking the time out to come on and sacrifice on a Sunday to get another moment. And more than a sacrifice, I'm going to say we exchange. If you go in ahead and gave me something great and wonderful like your time and your space and your energy so that you can get a moment, so that we can take a time to heal and reflect and give love and give thanks, definitely kudos to you. Even though today's moment was not planned for Sunday, which is where we are today live, and Lord knows I have a really busy Sunday. I have somewhere I'm supposed to be right now. But I said what I'm not going to do is give more than I'm getting in this life anymore. My moments are important to me. They are precious. They are my ministry. They are my life work. They are part of my life work and my purpose. And I'm going to make sure I do what works for me so that I can continue to work for others. Ashe. So we're here. Busy Sunday, so it won't be a long moment. But I will tell you, this is where I was going. I wasn't intended to have a Sunday moment today because I wasn't planning on that. And when I woke up, I was like, make sure you do that moment before you get this day on and popping. I woke up this morning, despite my alarm. I woke up at 8:06 on 8:06. Today is August the 6th, 2023. And I woke up at 8:06 a.m. So when I popped up late, exhausted, when I popped up and I checked the time and I saw that it was 8:06, August 6th, I said, oh, intentionality, divine alignment. So whatever flows today has to flows because of all that went on, all that is going on, all that has been going on with you and myself, and all the energy that culminated in this week. And the greatest that you needed an extra day. You needed some extra experiences. You needed some extra insight. And so it's going to be what it is going to be. It is going to be what it was meant to be, and it is going to be what we needed to be. Ashe. Kudos, big shout out to Mama Nzinga with the sisters date in the park yesterday. It was healing. It was incredible. I urge you to not miss those. They are annual. It was August the 5th this year. I know it was around the very same time last year, if not the same date, but just similar, same weekend. I guess like that first weekend in August. She can always correct if I'm messing some things up. But anyway, it is women coming together in nature and yoga and sound healing and spoken word and motivational speaking. I did a workshop last year, and this year, we just affirmations. This year, I just was able to show up and be a part of everything, and that was wonderful. And I look forward to contributing still, all in anything that I can, but just really being humble and grateful to be a part of such an extraordinary experience. So many and much shout out to Mama Nzinga. During all of the presents, they have oracle readings. It was incredible. During everything that was going on yesterday, I know that I met many beautiful women. Shout out to all the women that I was able to communicate with, touch, and women that subscribe to the channel. So I know I have some new viewers for this episode. Much love, many, 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 many blessings, and much light, and welcome to a moment of harmony. Welcome to what I pray to be fruitful sisterhood with all of you that I met. Welcome to even the brothers that I don't know that are tuning in today, that I aren't aware of, but you are now part of the moment. What I hope is a beginning of beautiful community, communing and coming together and congregating. So welcome, welcome, and thank you for coming in. Now, for all those that are having a moment of harmony for the first time, I am here in this platform as a healer, as a lover, as a teacher, as a supporter and engager of love, light, and all things towards our healing and leveling up our divine selves. I have had over 15 years of experience of community advocacy and healing and nurturing the Black community, and that experience, our experiences here on the side of things, and just making sure that we are mending, coming back together, uniting, empowering, and growing. And I am now at a point where I'm ready in my lane to grow, blaze, glow, be, and I'm ready to take anyone and everyone with me on the journey that I've been blessed to embark on. So hence, we have a moment of harmony where I also do in-person moments. I also do healing sessions. I also do, I have a business, Heck in Hands, where I do the physical, spiritual combination of healing practices together. So there's a lot that comes out of a moment of harmony, workshops, lectures, all those things. So you're here. And I'm grateful for you. And it's a blessing. And I hope, again, this journey is going to just continue and continue and continue. As well as doula work and work with children and tutoring. It's just like, look, how do we heal? How do we grow? I want to be a part of it, right? How do we heal? How do we grow? I hope that you are a part of it with us. So welcome, 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 welcome. I started a Moment of Harmony almost 2 years ago now. Look at that. Started out on Facebook as a question and answering series, following a it's a question and answer series following a lecture, a PowerPoint lecture presentation that I did at Morgan State University. And there were a lot of questions following my presentation. And so even though I couldn't finish them all, what I did, I couldn't finish them all in the session. So I took it to Facebook. I took all the questions from those they wrote their questions on index cards, and I just answered them live, right? And it got so much energy, right? I mean, it just attracted so much energy of individuals that wanted to continue to explore growth and development and love of self and understanding of where we are and our divinity. And I was like, boom, this is awesome. Look at this platform. And again, coming from the advocacy work that I had done for so many years, I had been in a position of like, helping people and being present and just being a part of the organizing of the upbuilding of others. And I was just like, this feels real right. So I continued to expand the Facebook platform, and we moved into an affirmation series. Boom, that was extraordinarily successful. We moved into our annual workshops, which are our prayer and purges. They were wonderful and beautiful, and I just kept going. So we went from an affirmation series to a matter of moment series to we had a praise break for a 4-week praise break. Then we did it was my affirmation series, praise break. Oh, the declaration series. That's what we just finished up a couple of weeks ago. We are currently in a reflection series. Whoo chat woo. Okay? We've been working. I am so proud. I am so honored. I am so grateful. We have been working. So here we are in a reflection series. We are week number 3 of a 33 week. Look at that. Week number 3 of 33 weeks of reflecting, of Sankofa-ing, of going back. On today's reflection series, or the session today, is entitled Reflect on the Release. Reflect on the release. Reflect on the release. And we are going to we've been talking in the past 2 weeks when we've been having our reflection sessions, and they've been on looking back, Looking back in order to come back, in order to heal. Looking back on the promise was our first one. Looking back in love, or reflecting, words, reflect on the promise and reflecting in love. Reflect on the love. Those were our past two episodes available on the channel. Oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, please, please, please. Thank you so much for keeping that momentum and the energy flowing. But those were our previous weeks in the reflection series, and they have really been a lot about Sankofa, meaning going back and that type of reflection, looking back. Today's session is a different, slightly different perspective on reflection, slightly different look into reflection. And this is the analogy that I'll go with to kind of further illuminate where I am with today's session, the perspective that we're going into today's session with. When I talk about reflection today, so a lot of times, like I said, we've been talking about the look back, going back over, looking back into. This version of the reflection is going to be more so of looking into as opposed to looking over, looking back, okay? Still reflecting, but again, there's multi-dimensional reflection. That's what gets us to healing. Multi-dimensional, any way to heal and to grow is where we want to go, how we want to be. So I want us to think about looking into a lake or a river or a pond, and on a beautiful day when the sun is shining bright and everything in the water is clear and illuminated, and you look and you see your reflection. You are looking at yourself in the water. Same thing like a mirror. You look at yourself in the mirror. You are looking at your reflection. And your reflection is a view of who you are. The face that you see in the water is not the physical person per se. The face that you see in the mirror, that is not another harmony in the mirror. It is the same harmony that I'm in, and I am blessed with a different perspective of seeing her. And because from the view of my eyes, the view that I have, I can see my hands and my body and my arms and my legs, but I am limited in my view in not being able to reflect on myself from the outside. Reflection becomes a powerful and divine gift in how you view yourself in your life, your progress and your goals, the perspective, right? The reflection is a divine perspective. It is a gifted perspective. It is vital. So I can look at myself, but the way I can even see myself in this camera right now, or the way I can see myself in my reflection in the mirror or the water, is I can see a whole nother version of me that without a mirror, without the water, without the camera, I would never see myself in a certain way, in a certain light. And many of us know once we see our reflections, that's when we make our determinations on ourselves. Most of the time, it's looking in the mirrors when we've determined how are we fine? Are we finished? Are we put together well? Are we coordinated? Are we well rounded? Are we together? When we look at our reflections is when we can say, oh my gosh, I look like my dad, or I'm looking like my mom, or what have you. But it is that view, and only that view, is the unique view of self. Otherwise, the perspective of self is mainly internal, and I'm only seeing myself from the inside out. But for a holistic scope, the reflection must be divine. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to push this back a little bit. I always feel like when I'm sitting up at the desk like this, I'm like all in y'all's face. So let me give a little bit of space for guys. So the reflection becomes a divine perspective. And I want us to use that understanding of perspective and reflection as we move into today's session on reflecting on the release. Reflect on the release. Reflect on the release. When we are in this life, and we are living this life, there is so much as we move from one phase to the next, one stage to the next, one chapter to the next, one day to the next, one moment to the next, right? One circumstance to the next. There is so much that is required of us, extremely underestimatingly required of us, from one part of ourselves to the next part of ourselves. And a lot of times we are getting stuck in one part of ourselves, one season, one experience, one chapter, one moment, because we are not mastering the release. We are not mastering the cycle of letting go to letting grow, right? And that is a necessity of growth, which is why releasing, somebody say releasing, which is why releasing becomes so divine, so spiritually responsible. Releasing becomes so extraordinarily necessary to your next level of self, because you have to let go to let grow. We have to cut weeds for roots to grow. We have to shear plants. We have to cut split ends. There are things that have to go in order for things to come. And because we don't master the release, we end up being stuck in a season, stuck in a series, stuck in confusion. And we don't want to be there. We're here having a moment right now today because we honor our growth and our development. We honor and hold in high regard our greater self. Hold in high regard the person that we are dreaming and becoming and are nurturing, in order to look up and see in our reflection. So we must then begin to honor the release. Reflect on the release. When you are feeling stagnant, stuck, what is it called? Discontent, unhappy, unwhole, unwell, we need to get to the point where we're saying, if I'm not growing, there's something that's not going. Whether it's your temper or your mindset, whether it is your trauma or your pain, whether it is individuals or environments or exposures. If I'm not growing, it's because something's not going. And I need to understand, what is it that I can release? How can I reflect on my release in a powerful, instrumental way? So, we're going to go through 3 parts of the session. Again, I'm going to try to keep this session short because I got to skedaddle. Excuse me. But we're going to go through 3 parts of the session on reflecting on the release, so that I can ensure we are knowing, we are understanding, we are really engulfing ourselves in embracing release. We're not afraid of it. We are not in denial of it. We aren't backpedaling out of it. We are understanding that what's going is for the growing, okay? And the pain of it growing, the paining is for the gaining, okay? So here's the thing. When we reflect on the release, we want to be able to fully comprehend and look into the release, and fully embrace divinely, wholeheartedly, courageously, the release of people, experiences, and energy. People, experiences, and energy. Not having appropriate master of release in these areas and other areas, but these main 3 areas are major reasons why our growth is stunted, why our next season still awaits us, why while we are feeling shackled and imprisoned with inversions of our old self, and our new selves are requiring more, are demanding, are asking, are pleading for more. And we are still remembering who we were, instead of remembering the release that will set us free, remembering the things that have released us in the past. Reflect on the release, Mama. Well, how do you know that I was released from things in order to set me free? Because I am a being of light and life like yourself. So I know that in order to come out of the womb, which was a miraculous and extraordinary existence and a universe all within itself, when you existed in the womb, I know that in order for you to exist in the physical life, which was a whole nother life, whole nother operation, whole nother experience of yourself, of your lungs, of your skin, of your growth, of your beingness. I know that you came out of one very divine operation. And in order for you to exist in this new realm, you had to be released. The womb had to release you. Your mother and her body and its safety and its warmth and its divinity and its greatness, it had to release you. As great as it was, as developmental as it was, as extraordinary of a chapter as it wasn't going to be sufficient. Once you begin to be able to drink milk, you no longer were going to get your nutrients from an umbilical cord. It wasn't going to be necessary anymore. For your next level, it was no longer necessary further than the point of gratitude. But for your growth, you didn't need the umbilical cord anymore. There was a time when you very much needed it. You weren't gonna make it without it. But as you grew, things had to go in order for you to continue to grow. You was not gonna be a 10-year-old person inside of a person's body. That body, that loving, that warmth, that divine space had to release you in order for you to enter into a life of your own, a grander divine space. Scary as it was, new as it was, different as it was, unfamiliar as it was, you had to be released. You had to be released. And life continued to release you in order to grow you. As you graduated from school, it continued to release you. Reflect on the release. As you moved on from one friend to another friend, life had to release you as you grew. As you moved from puppy love to mature love, life had to release you from one realm of existence and understanding in order for you to grow into the next other level of self. That's how I know you have a release to reflect on. And I want us to be able to look at our reflections in that way as we move forward, as we continue to ask for, adhere to, and give reverence and grace and thanks to release. Again, reverence and grace, not fear and panic, not escape and denial. That's not where we're going anymore with release. We're having faith that what I'm releasing is relieving me and allowing space for what is going to be given to me, what is awaiting me, what is promised to me, what I am growing into. Release. Here's the thing. Okay, let's start with people. Releasing people. Many of us struggle with that. I know even myself, my affections are deep and genuine and true. My connections to people, the way that I love, comes from a very unconditional place. When I love you, when I've connected with you, when I've been a part of you, I do feel like I am always going to be a part of you because I exchange with you in a moment in time or a path in life to grow. You are a part of you are a part of my understanding. You are a part of my development in one way, one shape, form, or fashion. Therefore, I am connected to you. But a lot of times we won't leave the connection with people at the purpose of the connection. We'll stay connected in obligation, or we'll stay connected in loyalty, or we'll stay connected in fear, attachment, what is it called? Codependency, when really there was a purpose for the person. There's a purpose for every single person that you've connected with, that you've exchanged with, that you've known. And a lot of us won't leave the connection at the purpose. Some of us lose sight of the purpose and will stay connected to people. And the Creator has more lessons, people, more experiences, relationships, more what is it? Scenarios, more parts of lives, more exposure for us. And then we have these people that may not allow room, space, acceptance for these people. That may not allow, or these people that know a chapter, that are part of a chapter, but are not prepared or ready or available or have the capacity for your next chapter. But there are people, there is a person there for that. So we will not get there because of the people that we're connected to here. And the stories that we wrote together here will not allow us to get to the end of the chapter or end of the book, because you are a character in this part of the story. We won't release. We will struggle. We will be in pain. We will be miserable with releasing the old friends, the old mate, the old co-workers, or these old whatever your soul ties are. Some people can't release their children into adulthood. Whatever it is that's not allowing you to release the people, we want to work on that today. We want to reflect on the release. When the anxiety comes about, well, what if I never find someone else like that? What if this person, what if I'm alone? Or what if I don't have this people or this person? Or what if these people don't like me? Or what if these people don't love me? Or what if I don't have? We want to reflect on the release. Creator, I want you to give me the strength and the direction and the clarity and the vision for release. Give me the confidence and the reassurance for release. Affirm my release. Affirm my release as I reflect on the release. There are people, this is why, excuse me, y'all know, so ladylike. I get to talking and all things gets to happening. So thank you so much for your mommy mercy. There are people that want to keep you but don't want to have you. There are people that want to keep you but don't want to have you. And that will keep you stuck. That will keep you stagnant. That will keep you low from growing, keep you down. There are people that want to keep you but don't want to hold you. This is why the releasing of people can become so necessary. You'll know who needs to be released. You know within your core, you know within your heart, you might fight it. You might deny it. You might not be ready for it. Your life is ready for it. You're getting sign after sign after sign, symbol after symbol, experience after experience telling you it is time to have a new circle, a new friend, a new reality, a growth of sorts in this area. You'll know it, but you won't grow it. And we want to be able to do that. There are people that want to keep you but not have you. This is why when you get married and those that choose the traditional marriage vows, we hear they have, I promise to have and to hold. They to have and to hold. Woo. I want people that love me to have me and hold me. You will have people that want to keep you but not have you. They don't want to hold you. They want to keep tabs on you. They want to keep contact with you. They want to keep benefits of you with you. They want to keep sight of you. Keep connection with you, but they don't want to have you. Have your back. They don't want to have the responsibility of you, the consistency of you. They don't want to have the obligations of, with, for you. They don't want to have. They don't want you to belong. They just want you to be close. I want you to be close to me, but don't belong to me. We have to release. We have to reflect and give reverence and thanks and grace to the release, to have and to hold. There's some people that don't want to hold you down. They want to hold you back. They don't want to hold you close. They don't want to hold your hand. They don't want to hold your load. Child, somebody say hold the load. You might want to hold my body. It's all, it's a nice body to hold. But do you want to hold my load? People want to keep you and not have you. We have to release. I have to release. It says I'm to have and to hold. And if I am connected, if you are my person, if you are my people, you have me. You have my respect. You have my highest regard. You have my consideration. You have my children and my life in your perspective. Have me. Don't keep me. There are people that want to keep you forever. Keep you with them. Keep you looking. Keep you hoping. Keep you praying. Keep you on a leash. Keep you on a pole. A fisherman's pole. Keep fishing. Talking about fishermen, fisherwomen. Keep your stuff in their name. Or keep your stuff in there, or keep their stuff in your name. They want to keep their things linked to you. Keep their money in your account. They want to keep you, but not have you. And we need to release. We want to release. And these are not just strangers. Or release would be easy. These are not people that we dislike or hate. Or release would be easy. We would need to do a whole moment about releasing if it was just that simple. These are people that we love. These are people that we have soul ties to. These are people that we're intricately connected and entwined and tethered to. These are people that we have grown within of and begin to move into season where these individuals are not privy. I'm not going to say not privy. That's up to you. These people are not ready, prepared, intentioned, purposed for the next season. See, it's nothing wrong with saying, I do love you. I do care about you. I want the best for you, but you're not purposed for this season that I'm walking into, that I'm growing into, that I'm manifesting. You were great for this season of finding myself. Can you weather the season of knowing myself? You were great for the season of healing myself, but are you ready for the season of building myself? Or maybe you were great for the season of building myself, but you weren't ready for the season of catching myself when I fell. Are you a person purposed for the season? Are you a person purposed for the mission? If not, I must release. I must let it go in order to grow. Let it go to grow it. Give thanks and reverence to what it is, or what it was, and acknowledge what it is in order for me to have free hands open for what is to come. And sometimes you're releasing a person doesn't mean that that person is going anywhere. That part. Sometimes when we hear release, we think to let go, get rid of, be done, move, next chapter, next person. Sometimes releasing a person may mean the growth of the both of you or the group of you in another arena of existence. So sometimes you have to release the teenage husband. Why is my marriage not growing? You have to release the teenager that you met, the college boy or girl that you met, the young 20-something-year-old that you got to release that version of that person in order to receive and have open heart and open mind and open future for this version that they are becoming. Releasing of people is divine. Sometimes you have to release in forgiveness. You have to release in understanding. I have to not perspective. I can't see you like that anymore. Whoo! Y'all talking about big girl, big boy work. I can't see you like that because I must release the person. Because the person for that purpose, the struggling law school student eating oodles and noodles with 3 pairs of shoes in a dorm room, there was a purpose that you served in that season. But the mother or the father and the husband and the wife and the established CEO with the responsibilities and the bankroll and the trips and the travels and the obligations and the connections and the networking, I have another purpose. So that young man or young woman that used to bring me a little lunch in the dorm between classes, I now need someone who helps to manage the empire, who grows and sustains the woman that I have become. I have to release you from the burdens, the mistakes, the errors of the child if I am going to go and grow with the man. I have to release you from the ignorance or the behavior of the girl if I'm going to love and embrace and grow with the woman. And that is for those of us or that are not letting go of release in a way and that they're starting all the way over. But they needed to release in order to move forward. It happens both ways. That's the point. Some of us are needing to completely release the people from the previous chapter because the Creator got some great and wonderful manifestations waiting on you. Got some sisters waiting on you to grow you, to love you, to take you to the next level. Got some brothers waiting on you to protect you and ride with you and roll with you and build with you. Got a king or a queen waiting on you. Has a child or a pet or an animal or a community waiting on your nurturing, waiting on your wisdom. You got to release. You have to release. You have too much in the bucket trying to go to what you got over there. You can't dunk with 2 basketballs in your hand. For the slam dunk, when we play the game of basketball, sometimes the ball has to go in order for you to score. You can't make the point and hold the ball. Okay. Releasing people. Some people want to keep us. They don't want to have us. You need to be have. You need to be held. I don't know, you need to be halved. You need to be held. You need to be nurtured. People want to keep, not have. We must release. Experiences. So we release people. When we are struggling to do that, your mama, your brother, your sister, your husband, your best friend, the person you thought you never could live without, breaks you down to do it, but I reflect on the release. Right now, I want to make a choice that's contrary, conflictual to my heart. I reflect on the release. Right now, I'm thinking about staying because this person needs. I'm thinking about staying at this job. I'm thinking about taking on this offer from my boss. I'm thinking about keeping this friend. I'm thinking about choosing this side of the situation, not my side, this side, because of the people that I love. Because of the people that I love. I'm thinking about staying in this home or state of mind because of the people. I'm thinking about going to this place or doing this thing because of the people. Sometimes I have to release the people to meet myself. Guys, it's painful. Big time work. Sometimes I have to release the people to meet myself. Sometimes I have to release the people to please myself. I have tried to get to Harmony before, and there were so many people in line before her. So I had to release. Ooh, give thanks for the release. I have tried to get to Harmony, and there have been, and forgive yourself. There were so many people in line in front of me for me to get to me. There was love and loyalty and obligation and respect for the people in front of me. There was a line. I would go looking for her. I would go to hug her. I would go to make a choice for her. I would go to build her. And there were so many people in line in front of her. Oh, I had to release the people. I had to say, I love you, but you can go. I love you, but I need the space. I love you, but I need the energy. I love you, but I had to release the people. I pray for you. I care about you. I'm honored. I'm grateful. I have gratitude, but I have obligation to self. And trust me, some of you get blessed where you're blessed with people that only point you to yourself, that only help you remember yourself, that only reflect yourself. And you don't have to release those people, praise God. But a lot of times for the new season comes a release. Now let's get to experiences. We release people. We release people because we reflect on the release. Now we want to release experiences. Ooh, child. We want to release experiences. When I say reflect on the release the experience. Well, Mama Harmony, how do I release a whole experience? Something I actually went through. Something that I'm still going through. Just because I'm not in the room or I'm not with the person or I'm not in this situation doesn't mean I'm not going through the experience. It's still going through me. Just because I'm not going through the experience doesn't mean the experience is still going through me. This is how you release the experience. Instead of the experience going through you, I want the experience to be growing through you. Instead of the experience going through you, I want the experience to be growing through you. This is releasing the experience. A lot of us are holding our experiences hostage. Meaning that the experience, just like people had a purpose. And we held an experience past the purpose. This is trauma. We holding experiences past the purpose. When I went through that, it was to gain me something, grow me something, show me something, teach me something, make me something. But instead of the becoming, I'm stuck at the belittling. Instead of the becoming, I'm stuck at the betrayal. Right? Instead of the becoming, I'm stuck. I am allowing an experience to linger past its purpose. I'm holding it. I'm keeping it. I'm holding my experiences hostage. It came for a reason. It came with a whole intention behind it. And the intention was not what I'm using it for. You ever get the spray can of Lysol or anything that says, do not use this object in any other way other than what it was intended. So many things come there. Fingernail polish remover, hair care products, so many things. It is dangerous. It is a hazard to use this product in any way other than what it was intended. Woo, child, but we will take an experience and we will drain an experience. We will drag an experience. We will blow back up a dead experience. We will feed and nurture an old, gone experience. We will keep saying, but I want to be a loving person, but I want to be a healed person, but I want to be a forgiving person, but the experience is doing more than what I intended. And my abuse, someone abused me. I abused myself. However, in my abuse, I misuse my experiences. And so that horrific tower moment, that tragic experience was supposed to show me something, give me something, make me better. But instead, it's making me bitter because I'm caught up on the loss and I'm caught up on the anger. I'm caught up on the fear when I should be caught up on the growth. I don't want us going through experiences. I want us growing through experiences. I don't want the experience to be going through us. I want it growing through us. It's the intention. Easier said than done, but work. It's why we're here today. We believe in the work. We believe in the work. It's work. Well worth work. Good work. I want us to be able to release experience. Stop holding your experiences hostage. Oh, but she did. Reflect on the release. What will I gain if I give this to God? Oh, child, y'all gonna make me cry in my own moment. What will I gain if I give this to God? Y'all, I'm really feeling that because I'm in a fast right now. Fasting for my family. And we living it, child. We living it every day. The whole family is fasting on one thing or another. And some friends and family, thank y'all for all who joined in the fast for my family. Let me tell you, you could send money or you could send my prayers. You could send me money or you could send a prayer to God. Listen, fasting. What will I gain if I give this to God? Because that was the point of it all. I don't serve a cruel creator. Y'all know that's my favorite saying. I don't serve a cruel creator. I never served a creator I never served a creator that gave me hardship just for me to have. I serve a creator that allows what I need to become more of a reflection of the divinity of the creator. More like you. More like you. So if I have it, it's for a reason. So I got to give. The creator never said, I didn't give you this rough childhood for you to hold and keep it. I didn't give you this pain and this circumstance, this challenge and this conflict for you to let it become you. I gave you the experience so that you would get out of it the gift on the inside and then you would give it back to me. What will I gain if I give this to God? Release that experience. Oh, I can't get close to this person because I don't like this person because I'll never do, I'll never be, I'll never. Release that experience. Take the lesson. Nurture the blessings. Release the experience. Give it to God. I told my son this the other day. I said, my son is in a horrible circumstance. He has so much going on right now. My youngin, oldest, but he's a boy, and he has a lot going on. And I had told him yesterday. I said he was just really going in about all that he's going through and how low and afraid and just all the things he's feeling. And I told him this, and this has to do with the releasing of experiences. My son have gotten himself into a place of sadness, of depression, of low vibration, coming from the murder of my baby brother, coming from some of the absence and inconsistencies of his biological father, coming from some of the abusive life, child, just the challenges that became overwhelming for him. And he succumbed to a lot of low vibration. And he believed a lot of low things in life. And his realities were bleak and distorted because of where he was. The Creator has to bring you from that. You're not going to wake up divine. Well, not going to say that. You are. You will wake up divine. You are divine. You're not going to wake up knowing your divinity and your power. That's what I'll say. You're not going to wake up as this perfected, focused, disciplined version of yourself. If you went low, guess what the Creator has to do to get you where you need to be? It got to grow you. See, we think Creator just going to place us. We want Creator to just move us. We want Creator to just move A to B. That's not how one thing works. We never seen a tree, boom, appear out of. That's not how nature works. The world, nature shows us every day how nature works. It shows us the beauty, the intentionality of the Creator. No baby just bam, 6 years old comes. That baby grows from nearly nothing to the size of a poppy seed to an entire person. When the Creator to take you from A to B gotta grow you. And if he has to grow you, it means that you will outgrow situations and circumstances. It means that you will have to release. If you're not growing, what's not going? What aren't you giving? What aren't you giving in order to be living, in order to be gaining? What aren't you giving? Give it to God. Give the fear. Give the old circle, the old friendships, the old ideas, the old mindsets, the old eating habits, the old lifestyle. Give it. Release it. Well, how do I give this up? It's a soul part of me. Release it. You don't have to go pack it up, put it in a bag and send it to someone nice. Just let it go. What do you mean, Mama? Because if you give something, you're putting the effort into putting it together, putting it somewhere. What I'm saying is that life naturally attempts to remove things that do not belong. A child's teeth naturally falls out. You don't have to do much. When that baby tooth is ready to come out, it gets loose. What I'm saying in releasing it, meaning I don't say you gotta pull it. We are struggling with that. It's okay if you're courageous and you're there enough to do that. Great. But if it's hard for you to do, what I'm saying is if you can't pull it, at the very least, don't push it. So you know how you have people say, oh, I got a loose tooth, or when you were a kid, not people, when you were a kid, you might have a loose tooth so you won't eat anything because you don't want it to fall out. Or you won't talk a lot because if you're talking, it pushes on it. That's not a release. There is a difference between giving it and releasing it. What I'm saying is stop fighting what the Creator is removing and where the Creator is growing you. You holding on to roots when the Creator is trying to grow you to the sky. You a seed under the ground and you're saying, oh, it's so painful to go through this dirt. I was comfortable under the dirt. I understand, I'm familiar with, I know under the dirt, but the Creator is urging you to grow from being a root to a tree. I'm saying release. I am releasing my fear and my resistance. Reflect on the release. Reflect on the release. This is what I told my son. I said, I want you to imagine a ball, a snowball, if you will. What is a snow globe? A glass ball like a snow globe. And it is full of the liquid on the inside and the confetti. And in the center of this beautiful ball is a gem, a very valuable, priceless gem. The greatest part of it is in the center of the ball. Ball is pretty. The things around it are sustaining it, but the center is where the prize is. It's where the gem is. It's where what's needed is. So I told my son, because he was just, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. And I said, so I want you to imagine this ball. And tell me, if you want to get to the gem at the center of the bowl, how would you get to it? He said, well, Ma, if I wanted to get to the center of a glass ball with a gem in the middle, I would break it. He said, Ma, I would break it. And I said, son, and that's what God is doing to you. He's breaking you for the better. There are revelations that you need. There's an understanding that you need. There's a comprehension, a sacrifice and discipline and focus of balance, my God, of life and love of God that you need. You are a gem that has had a shell grow around it. This is for us all. Listen, we are, the core of us is light and greatness. At my center, I am God. Jinyame, I am one. But I am a human being human, who have walked in this life, lived in this life, been a part of this life. And I have become hardened by my experiences of humanity, of oppression and evil and low vibration. I have a protection around my gem. And sometimes the Creator has to crack your life wide open to get to the best part of you. See, you're so surrounded by your armor of protection and being and becoming, but there's a great part right on the inside. The center, the best of what I made you has been protected by the which you've kept from the worst. I'm going to break it open. So the Creator is breaking you, but it's for the betterment. You don't serve a cruel Creator. Sometimes we have to release the experiences that are holding us back. The intention, it was supposed to break you. It was supposed to hurt. It was supposed to make you see differently. It was supposed to make you feel differently. It was supposed to make you grow. It was supposed to make you have better discernment. It was supposed to help you heal and grow and love yourself. It was supposed to teach you to put yourself together. Because you better saw the pieces of yourself when you had to put it together yourself. I've been there. I'm still there. Release experiences. Stop holding your experiences hostage. Stop keeping them longer than what they were intended and using them for what they weren't being intended to be used for. Release it. Release it. Release the experience so that you can grow and become. Release so that you can have receptivity to bigger, better, brighter, more beautiful experiences. Release the experiences. And finally, because this moment is going a lot longer than I thought it was going to go, oopsie daisy to the rest of my day, but releasing energy. Releasing energy. We have to let go to let grow. What if I told you that the only energy you'll get is the only energy you have? The energy you have is the only energy you'll get. What if I told you that? The only energy you have is the only energy you'll ever get. What I'm saying is energy is secular. Energy is recycling. Energy is moving. This is why people say revitalize when it comes to energy. Renew when it comes to energy. Re-energize. No one says go get some brand new energy. I'm going to go get some brand new energy. I'm going on this retreat because I need some brand new energy. I'm going to revitalize, to rejuvenate, to re-energize, to reignite. That means that the energy of self that was in me to give me life and breath and animation and experience, that energy is all the energy I'll ever get. But why is that significant to release? Because if the energy that you have is the only energy that you'll get, that means that you're going to have to cleanse that energy in order to keep that energy. You can't have energy come out my tailpipe of my car, go back up through my air conditioner, and then I keep using it. It will kill me. That is unhealthy. It will hurt and harm my children. But if this is all the energy I get, I have to cleanse the energy in order to keep using it. I have to release. I have to release my energy when I say I need to be in a better space. I need to be in a better place of existence. I need to be in a better place of hope. I need to be in a better energy. I just don't know how. I wouldn't watch this movie, wouldn't watch this documentary, we got this massage, let somebody love up on me. I just am trying to find, you gotta release. You can't get new energy because you're still holding old energy. You can't get new energy because you're holding old energy. In the movie, y'all know my movies and songs and things, bear with me. The Harriet Tubman movie and the song where she sings early in the morning when the sun begins, the Harriet Tubman song. I'm gonna keep my people with me, carry my people on my back. There's a line in the song where she says, I don't mind shedding a little bit of blood for my salvation. I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but it's pretty much that's what she says. I don't mind shedding a little bit of blood for my salvation. What she's saying is, I know that I'm going to have to give to get. I'm not afraid to do that. I invite and nurture and nourish my courage in releasing. That means that if I know I'm going to have to give something to get something I'm keeping, that's keeping me from the energy of growing. I cannot be in the energy of forgiveness and lightness and still keep an energy of heaviness. We can't be light and heavy. I can't be light and dark. I have to release energy that doesn't serve, that does not have the purpose of this next season in sight, in flow. Energy is secular, and we must release energy. I want to be a better, bigger person. You need to release small energy. Can't be small and big. You need to release petty energy. You can't be grown and young. Release. Release. I have to release energy. I reflect on the release when I'm stuck. When I'm stuck. Have an energy of fear. Have an energy of anger. Have the energy of resentment. Have the energy of frustration. If I want a new energy, if I want to rebreathe if I want to get this out of me, I'm tired of recycling pain. I'm tired of patterns of disappointment. I need new energy. What is it that I can release from this energy in order to gain new energy? Oh, you know what? You're still holding on to this argument from the 5th grade. You can release that energy. You're still holding on to this misperception or this trauma from this experience. Release that energy. Because the energy that's waiting for you, the energy of contentment, the energy of stability, the energy of joy, the energy of self is waiting for you. The energy of confirmation, the energy of connection, it's waiting for you. Release that energy. It's secular. If what you're breathing in is making you sick, stop breathing it in. If what you're breathing in is making you sick, stop breathing it in. Get you some new energy. Release it. This childhood trauma that I keep reliving and keep replaying, it's killing me. I have to release that energy. And again, releasing might not feel like a deliberate pack up and put out. It could just be stop resisting when the Creator is taking it away from you. That person calls you and they need you and you resist forgiveness. You resist empathy. You resist connection. You resist resolve. You resist maturity. Sometimes releasing is just stopping resistance. Y'all, I love y'all. We have gone so long. I'm going to be so late. But this moment, like I told you, I woke up August 6th, 8:06, and I said, Credo, you're going to move through me today. I feel it. So I love you. I love you. I thank you for taking the time and being patient with my moments and everything that took place with us yesterday and being present in it today, watching me on the playback, sending in your love and your comments, definitely pushing up a like and sharing the love in the moment with someone you know just needs a moment. I love you all. I'll see you next week. What is my mom? I always try to think of what my mom says and I always forget it. Come hell, come high water. That's not the one. She says, if Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I'm going to remember that one time at the end of this, okay? My mother always says, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Next Saturday at 10. I'll see you for another moment. I love you so much.